In today's video, I am going to be applying and showing before and afters of this Clairol lasting colour. And this is permanent colour and it says it's perfect grey coverage. So if that interests you, please keep watching. Welcome back to Self-Care Karen. First off, let me just apologise for the state of me. It's very early on a Saturday morning. I'm still in my gym jams. I've just washed my face because I waxed my face. You might see there's a bit of redness. I sort of waxed off the forest that grows. Actually, it wasn't that bad. I do think that regular waxing is kind of bringing down the amount of hair. Anyway, I digress. And my hair is really greasy, got lots of roots. I'm going to show you all of that. But yeah, I've literally not been awake for long, so apologies. But I wanted to show you the application process and kind of before and afters of this Clairol lasting colour. Now, if you're no stranger to my channel, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate it. But some of you might be here for the first time. Self-Care Karen is all about empowering busy women with their self-care. I have got hundreds of beauty product reviews on this channel, a lot of them hair dyes, a lot of them hair related. So, you know, please do check out the channel if those kind of reviews interest you. I also have a ton of guided meditations, which is a part of my self-care practice. And I also have a lot of EFT tap-along sequences, again, part of my self-care practice. So you can find out more details if you sort of roam around my channel here on YouTube. Off YouTube, I do sell related products and services. I've got a website, selfcarekaren.com. If you join my mailing list, not only do you get 3 free downloads, but also you'll get access to exclusive discounts in the shop. So again, all the details for that are in the video description. This video is not sponsored. However, I am an Amazon associate, which means that I may earn from qualifying purchases. Where I talk about products in this video that I have an affiliate link for, I will put it into the video description. It'll be very clearly labelled. If you use that link to purchase, you won't pay anything more, so you'll still get the normal price on the website. However, I might earn a small commission. I use the money that I earn from Amazon and other kind of affiliate links to reinvest here and be able to continue to provide you content here on YouTube. All right, enough said, let's talk about this. So this caught my eye because it said perfect grey coverage, and also caught my eye because I don't think I've tried this before and I thought I had tried all of the Clairols. It says perfect grey coverage, even the most resistant ones, shiny and moisturised hair, brilliant colour that lasts up to 6 weeks. Okay, so when they say that the colour lasts up to 6 weeks, I think they mean on the hair that is already grown and there and present. However, of course, you will get regrowth, and that's the thing that bothers me. Not that my hair grows, I love the fact that my hair still grows, but that I get this kind of regrowth, what I feel is really, really quickly. Sorry, if I'm itching my nose, it's because I did that thing. Oh my God, it was so painful. You know where you go, oh my God. Anyway, so apologies for the oily, greasy hair, but hopefully you can see this kind of line that I've got going along my parting. That's kind of where I have the most greys, or at least where they're most visible to me. And so it's definitely time in my eyes to re-dye my hair. Sometimes I just do a root touch up, sometimes I do the whole head of hair. I think I'll probably do the whole head of hair this time because I think I did a root touch up last time. By the way, as I said, I've got lots and lots of hair dye videos. I've got a dedicated playlist. I'll link that playlist up here. I'm just trying to think, what is the one that I used last time? Yeah, the dye that I used last time, which was for the second time, was the L'Oreal Magic Retouch Permanent. So not the spray, the permanent one. And I'll link that video here if you want to take a look at that. And as I said, that was the second time I used it. And then up until now, so since the regrowth started, which happens really quickly in my case, to now, I have been using a new product for me, which is the Jerome Russell Colour Wand, I think it's called, which is not a spray, it's a brush. but I thought it was a brush with powder. It's not powder, it's liquid or cream, and then it dries down. Anyway, I will have a video coming up on that, but you know, been fairly impressed. But I haven't used it on my hair since the last time I washed my hair. Oh my God, I so need to wash my hair. Because I wanted you to see where I have the greys, because sometimes I get the feeling, particularly where I shoot, you can't see the greys and you think, oh, why is she dyeing her hair? I hope you don't think that, because definitely I do have greys. Also, I'm going to try and remember that I want to go rogue again this time and dye my eyebrows too. I've tried that in the last couple of hair dyeing sessions, and actually it's worked fine, and it's just a really quick and easy way to make sure that my eyebrows are dyed as well. All right, so this says long-lasting shiny colour, grey getting in your way, keep it at bay with lasting colour by Clairol. It will give you perfect grey coverage, even the most resistant ones. Good. Lasting colour gives you brilliant colour that lasts up to 6 weeks, leaving your hair shiny and moisturised. And this is number 4, dark brown. I hope I haven't gone too dark, but it's very hard. Sometimes I pitch it too light or too red. So I'm going with the dark brown this time. And it's got like a colour chart, which I never really find that helpful. All right, so the kit contains, let's go and see what's in the box. Okay, so we have the instructions, and I'm pretty certain on here it'll be telling you that you should do a patch test. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay, quite clear instructions here. I shall read through those momentarily. And then what else have we got? We've got, oh, that's number 2. Number 1, I always get them out in the wrong order. Number 1 is the Tube Permanent Colour Cream, okay? And apparently you really need to check that it is the right colour, but I don't know how you would, because it's not Mix 1.1. It doesn't, oh, number 4. Okay, it's got number 4 on it. Okay, so pretty certain it's 4 dark brown. Then we've got this, the Developer Cream. Doesn't seem to have any kind of like special nozzle or anything to apply with, which is fine. A sachet, which I must remember to cut open before I wash my hair out. That is the Colour Last Conditioner. And then the gloves, we'll see what kind of size those are. Hopefully they're, I don't know why they wrap the gloves. I mean, seriously, does it need to be that sterile? I don't think so. It's just such a waste of plastic. But anyway, dyeing your hair anyway is not great for the environment, so I don't know why I harp on about these things. Oh my God, these are quite large gloves. I might have to use my skin-tight surgical gloves. All right, so I guess I'm going to mix these two together. It does say 1-to-1, so probably the same quantity. What does it say? So glove up. Okay, well, I'm not going to glove up. I'll glove up when I'm applying, because the gloves are so big it's hard for me to handle things. Right, glove up, open tube, tear off the tab bottle. Oh, tear off the tab from the bottle. Okay, squeeze the entire contents into the bottle. Hint, got some mixture on your skin or other items, quickly wipe it to prevent stains using baby wipes. Where are my baby wipes? Okay, I need to go find those. Put your finger over the opening of the cap. Oh my God, okay. This is where I spray my bathroom with hair dye. Point away from your face and shake it up until the mixture blends. Maybe do a little dance with it. Okay, I won't be doing a dance. You're ready to apply the colour. Once mixed, never reseal or store the colour in a closed container as it could burst. Yeah, that's like so scary. Okay, dye, choose your own adventure. Okay, just your roots, no. Colour it all, yes. This is for you if you have never coloured your hair, haven't coloured in the last 3 to 6 months or longer, or want to dramatically change your current colour. Well, I don't want to dramatically change it, but I do want to get an even colour result. I feel like the ends get a bit lighter as well, so I think it will be good to do the whole head of hair. I might live to regret this. Apply all over, starting from the roots. Apply the colour mixture to dry, unwashed hair all the way to your ends. Hint, you won't miss a spot if you work in sections. Okay, I don't work in sections, sorry. Wait and relax. Apply, after applying colour, set the timer for 30 minutes. For resistant greys, leave on for an additional 10. All right, so I am going to be doing it for 40, but I don't think I'll do my eyebrows for that long. They might fall out when time is up. Ding, ding. Rinse until water runs clear. Apply the conditioner. leave on for 2 minutes, dry off and admire your new brilliant colour and moisturised hair for as long as you like. Will wait. Don't you love it? All right. Yeah, and it says do an allergy test 48 hours before. All right, so I'm going to get suited and booted and mix this up. See you in a sec. Now, of course, you won't know this, but it took me rather longer than planned to get suited and booted because I noticed that I'd missed a little bit of hair when I was looking in the mirror. So I just stopped while the wax was still kind of melted, to do that. Anyway, I digress again. So I'm going to take the lid off here. I'll snip the top off in a minute before I shake it. Here with the tube, it's sealed, so you need to pierce it with the top. Just do that, and then you've pierced it, and then I shall empty the tube into the bottle. So far so good. I think this is an easier way of mixing stuff than doing it all with a brush like they do in a salon or whatever they use in a salon. By the way, I used to get my hair coloured in a salon, but it was very costly and I wasn't always that happy with the result. And I hate waiting around. Like, feels like I can be way more productive at home in between, you know, while I'm waiting for it to be sorted out. And also, I'm not a massive fan of getting my hair blow dried. So, although I have had a really good experience in a salon in Spain, actually, with getting my hair blow dried, but that's one out of, you know, a lot. So, oh, I've got to click this off. Oh, right, click the top off. Okay, that's clicked off. Oh, and some solution has come out. I'm going to put the glove on now before I shake it. Yeah, so I dye my hair at home. It gives me more, I think, flexibility, freedom, certainly costs a lot less, and I enjoy it. Yeah, I much prefer doing it at home. And, you know, over the years, I must have saved myself a ton of money because sorry about the chicken wings. I do this all the time, it feels like. You know, it's every 3 to 4 weeks. I try and extend it as much as possible. In fact, I do have a video planned. Maybe I'll be brave enough to do it when I come back from holiday. So I'm just about to go on holiday. And when the greys start to show, I've got a shampoo that you use that is supposed to colour your hair. It's not Polar. I tried to get hold of Polar, couldn't, but it's like an alternative that you can get more readily in the UK, it seems. So I've got that video coming up if I can put my big girl pants on and do it. I'm just a bit worried that it might, like, then if it goes wrong and I dye on top, it's going to turn my hair green or something, or my hair will fall out. All right, that feels all mixed. So let me put the other glove on as well. Now, I said I don't work in sections. I mean, I've got a way that I work around my hair. I'll do as much on camera as I can, but because my eyesight is so appalling now, perimenopause is really coming at me strong now. I have to leave and go nearer to a mirror so that I can actually see what I'm doing. Now, I often forget to do this bit of my hair, like right at the back, so I'm going to start there. Because I can't see it, but I'm sure other people can see the grey hairs in the breeze. So I'm really going to go in for my roots first, and then I'll just put whatever's kind of left solution onto the rest of the hair. As I said, I get a lot of greys along the parting line. I probably should change how I style my hair, but you know what? It's kind of like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I've had my parting there, I think, all my life. I just don't know that I could handle the change. So, yeah, sorry about that. All right, so as you can see, sort of working through sections. It's not too runny, this is good. I'm not getting a massive smell of this at the moment. I am getting a little bit of a tingly sensation. By the way, I go really near the hairline, and as you can see, I often go over it. I will tidy that up with a baby wipe once I'm done, so I don't get too much stainage. But I do that because I've got lots and lots of baby hairs just along the hairline. Oh, now I can smell it a bit more. It's sort of a sweet floral smell mixed in with the chemicals. Yeah, so I'm just going to carry on working round, particularly sort of like the root area, and then I'll just use the remaining product on the lengths, and then set a timer. Oh, go rogue with the eyebrows, set a timer, and then, or 2 timers, one for the eyebrows and one for the hair, And yeah, and then I will come back to you after definitely after I've washed it out. I might come back to you before then, it depends what the journey is like. By the way, the video's got timestamps, so if you want to skip to the end to see the results, please do. Fine by me. All right, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, the 40 minutes have passed. I'm just about to hop in and wash this off. I did do the eyebrows. I think they turned out fine. In the instructions, it doesn't say anything about using a shampoo. So I'll see how I feel. But if I feel that my hair isn't clean after, like it still feels oily after washing out the dye, I will use a bit of shampoo. I'll try and find one of my kind of more gentle ones because otherwise it's just going to be a painful, oily mess. All right, see you in a bit. All right, so I have washed it off. As you can see, I've put makeup on, I'm dressed. Just to say, the sachet, all right, so I cut it open before I got in the shower. It says, and I only read this after I'd applied it, directions for use: apply a coin-size amount of Colour Last conditioner, leave on for 2 minutes, rinse, use remaining Colour Last conditioner once a week after shampooing. So I'd already applied everything before I read the instructions. I think if their intention is that you carry on using the conditioner, they should put it in a container, not that I want to use up more plastic, but the sachet, I mean, don't you just assume that's one use? Anyway, so I applied it all. Feels lovely on, actually. Okay, so when I dye my hair, and actually every time I wash my hair, I always use a microfiber turban. I'm not sure you can get these anymore, but I will link some that you can get easily on Amazon. This is a really great colour because it doesn't show the dye, but if you designate one for hair dyeing, then it's not a problem, right? So that you don't spoil the rest, if that's important to you. I mean, it is to me, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it is to you. All right, so I always use a microfiber hair turban. And then the other thing is, before I put a brush to my hair, I always put in leave-in conditioner just to get some of that slippage. So I'm going to do that for you here on camera. I think the eyebrows look fine. I did notice that I missed some hairs there on the whole waxing thing again, but maybe I can do a retouch before I go on holiday, which is what I'm trying to do. And I completely forgot to do my underarms, and like last night I did my legs and I thought I'll do the underarms in the morning. I'll remember, I won't need to write it down. Needed to write it down. All right, I'm going to use this leave-in conditioner from Pureology. This is the Colour Fanatic 21 Essential Benefits. This was actually the first leave-in conditioner that I used that actually I felt was good after many years of failure with leave-in conditioners. It is a bit pricey, but I guess you could say it's worth it. Although I have found lots and lots of more affordable alternatives, and you can check out my review videos if you take a look at my channel. All right, so I've sort of sprayed probably more than I would normally, but I'm just conscious that I've just put a ton of chemicals on the hair. And so I really want the slippage. I know that I get a lot of fallout when I dye my hair, so I'm just trying to preserve as much hair as possible. Okay, this is a new hairbrush for me. Actually, yesterday I filmed a video, which I think will go live after this one, so look out for it in the future, where I compared this hairbrush with lots of other types of hairbrushes. But this is the new one that I'm trying. I used to use the wet brush, and I do love the wet brush, but the wet brush that I had got very old and tired, so I replaced it. I'm starting with the ends just to, again, be as gentle as possible with my hair. But this brush is so fantastic because really always, even though I get tangly hair, there's just, I don't know, doesn't it magically gets rid of the tangles? I don't know, without any kind of pulling or tugging. Amazing. And it's got this kind of bendy, shapy thing. Yeah, no rubber as well, which apparently is important. I don't know why. I don't know if it's for environmental reasons or because the hair can stick to the rubber or something. I'm not sure. Anywho, loving this. I'll put a link for this brush. Lots of different colours, by the way. I'll put a link for this brush in the video description. I think this one is made from recycled plastic, so slightly better on the whole environmental front. All right, so I think I did a good job in catching the greys. I don't think I've gone too dark, which is fantastic. I'm going to let my hair dry and I'll come back to you in a few days, probably in 2 days, just so that you can see me having washed it once more time, what the kind of colour lands up being. But so far, so good. In terms of quantity, perfect amount for my length and volume of hair. I think though you would want to have a second packet if you had any more hair than I have. My hair's not very thick, so it is getting long, but yeah, that it's not that thick. All right, so yeah, see you in a few days. Okay, so it is Monday afternoon. I dyed my hair on Saturday morning. I washed my hair again this morning. And I used actually the Monday Clarify shampoo on my hair. I am absolutely loving this stuff. I will be doing a video on Monday hair care soon, but the Clarify works perfectly on my oily roots. And then all I did actually from a conditioning perspective was use some K18. Now, I like to use K18 just after I've dyed my hair, just because I feel it needs a bit of TLC. And what you do with K18 is you put out a full pump of it. Now this is the little one, so I pump it a few times because the full size, the pump is longer, it's like more quantity. And then you rub that K18 product into your hands until it turns into this kind of white paste, and then you apply it to your damp hair, your kind of wet hair. Leave it on for 4 minutes and then just carry on as you would normally. I think I put in some leave-in conditioner, and then I let my hair air dry, but you could heat style or whatever you want, whatever you normally do. I am pleased with the colour result. Funnily enough, I've actually used this product before, this hair dye before, but in a lighter colour. I will link the video here to where I've used I think it's medium brown, and this was dark brown, and all the same points. I rewatched the video. It's so handy having these videos. I rewatched the video yesterday and I realised all my kind of points very similar, including the one about the sachet of conditioner. I was probably a little bit more forceful in my comments than the previous video, but yeah, don't put it in a sachet if you want us to use it more than once. All right, so very happy. I think this is a really good basic hair dye. It is, at the moment, I just price checked, it was around £4.99 I think off Amazon, so it's actually really reasonable in price compared to a lot of the other hair dyes available. Obviously prices change, so don't take that as gospel, but yeah, I think this is a really good hair dye. We get good results. It's definitely covered my greys. I did get a bit of stainage on the hairline, but that's fine, it will wear off. For me, it's more important that I get all the kind of wispy greys when I'm dyeing my hair. Right, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you for staying to this point in the video. Well done if you've done that. Remember, you are in perfect time. See you soon.